Well, welcome. This your Young Hollywood debut?
I feel like I've been on Young Hollywood. Is that bad? My
Hey.
publicist says I have.
Okay, well, not with me. So welcome to Young Hollywood this time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I know I love Young Hollywood. Like I know I watch these videos too.
Oh,
So
perfect. Well,
yeah,
you're very acquainted with us then.
yeah, yes,
Well, Halloween's coming up. Do you know what you're going to be yet?
I do. I have plans to be Murder Barbie, and I have plans to be Madonna. So we'll see how it goes. I love
Two very different things.
I love dressing up. I think I was the corpse bride last year, and like I killed it on my makeup. Not gonna lie, like I
Yep.
did a good job. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens this time. So we'll see.
Well, people might be dressing up as you, even though it's not out yet. Is
That's what
that
I'm saying. That's why I'm wearing this today. Like I feel like Halloween was coming up, and I thought about it when I was like creating the butcher's look. I was like, maybe someone will cosplay the butcher. So I want it to be easy for people if they wanted to.
right? And that'd be sick. Okay, so you are Millie in Freaky, which is coming out on Friday the 13th of November. Do you believe in all that? Like, do you get spooked knowing it's like Friday the 13th?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I do. I do. Like I think when you're making a horror film too, you get a little superstitious because it's kind of fun. And we had Friday the 13th on this movie. I think we wrapped on the 13th. So for us, the 13th is a really lucky day. But also all the lights went out and the wind started going really fast and we had to like wrap early, so that was a little scary. But like all things aside, it's a good vibe.
That's what
And
happened when you wrapped filming on the 13th.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I know we had the 13th because we talked about it. I can't remember if it was the last day or like you know what I mean, or like because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like some stuff happened, like a light like went out and like we had to come back, like for real. And I was when I tested on Paranormal Activity 4 back when I was 14, I had all the lights go out in my house the night before my test, and I went to the test, and the directors were like, "Our lights went out too," and I'm like,
No.
weird. So Blumhouse, you've got some spooky stuff on you, but you know what? It's working. So
Literally. And that's what happened when you wrapped filming. So I wonder what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Like, something's going to happen.
hey, what's gonna happen? Everybody's gonna go to the movies, and it's gonna be great.
Yep. Predictable, but it's going to happen. And this is a very interesting role for you because you switch places with Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
and you like how like basically take us through that. How is getting in the mindset to play that kind of role?
You like can't prepare. You can't prepare. I had no idea what to do. I mean, I had my meeting with our director, Chris Landon, and he was like, "You're gonna play this little girl, and you're also gonna play a serious psychopath killer." And I was like, I don't know how
Oh,
to do that. Like I can play the teenage girl because that's who I am. Like I'm such a dork. Like I didn't have like friends in high school. Like
yeah.
I was the one who ran for class president. Like nobody knew who I was. So I was well prepared to be Millie, a girl who was
Right.
invisible and a dork. Not so much the latter. But then we had news that Vince was going to be in the movie as well, and it took it to a whole new level. I mean, I'm a huge fan, like for real, like a huge fan of Vince. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. He's iconic. And so I was like, well, now do I need to watch every Vince Vaughn movie and like learn and
Right.
copy him? And I was like, I realized that that's not what we were going to do. As soon as I met him, I realized this isn't about imitating each other at all. It's about creating two characters and embodying both of them. So I got so many ideas from him. He was so collaborative, which was amazing because I was secretly fangirling the whole time, but played it really cool. I was
Yeah.
yeah, so the character is super deep and all this stuff. But the truth is, I was like, oh my God, I can't even talk. But I didn't do that. I just kept it cool. And so I got a lot of ideas from him, and he was so like inspiring because he
Yeah.
really was trying too. So to have someone to create something with you was mind blowing. I'd be on set being the butcher, and maybe there was an opportunity to do something, but I wasn't so sure. And it was
Right.
really interesting to have another actor, and I'd be like, "Do you think the butcher would do this?" And since he was also the butcher, you know, it came from a different place, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, try it. Let's see if it works." So it was just a different thing that you don't get to do on movies. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
always
it's
the
crazy
director, you
too
know?
that you were so like such a big fan of him because you do this movie where you're literally him. Like you have to look like you but be him. So like you went from fangirl to being him, which is I feel like hardly ever happens ever.
That gives a whole new meaning to a fan, doesn't it? Like to actually become the star
You
that you're,
become them.
yeah, I'm not going to mention that to him. So far, we have a pretty good work relationship, so I'm just going to keep it cool. I don't want him to know how weird that is now that I think about it. Wow.
And we were going to ask you, how did you like bond to kind of get to know each other more and like things? I mean, I know you were playing characters of each other, but what was like some funny things that happened behind the scenes, say that?
Oh my gosh. Well, immediately we met each other at dance rehearsal, and come on, like to watch Vince hail, hail, Blissfield High. It was the funniest thing in my life. But just having that, like it was a complete icebreaker, and he was down to make a fool of himself, and so was I. And that's what you do when you're in a movie. You give everything. And that's what he did. And so when I saw him do that, I knew that I could do anything, and I just flew. Yeah. And like we had icebreakers through rehearsal with our director, Chris, like doing improv and talking about the characters. And also Celeste and Nisha, are my two best friends in the movie. Yeah. We went to go see Post Malone. I took him to go see Post. So we just had like a fun night, like hanging out. And I think that you can really feel the chemistry between all of us. And my best scenes are definitely my scenes with Vince and Celeste and Misha, because the energy of that and getting inspiration from Vince. You know, Vince is so comedically, he's genius. So to improvise with him was so much fun. Like so many of the things in the script are not written that we do. Like, I don't know, like the scene where like I eat with my hands, my breakfast, that's not in the script. You know, it's just she sits down to eat. And I was like, well, let's do something weird. And when you're really, really authentic, I was like, how would a guy serial killer eat? I really thought he would eat with his hands and eat that way.
You would think that he would eat with his hands, though. I mean, he's a serial killer.
Right. Like, I think there's no way this man has manners. So like things like that, like you just can't plan for. You just have to get ready to run and be in the moment and actually keep it really, really grounded. The more you can commit to like the absurdity, the funnier it is. So I really learned that from Vince. I mean, in those scenes where he's Millie, he was Millie. There was
really was like in the trailer, like you both killed it.
Thank you so much.
It turned out really
I mean, the run, I mean, I'm a little offended that's how I look when I run, but you know, he did a very good job.
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. This is what I mean though, like you got to die for the joke, and I was down to be the joke. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, we love it so much, and we can't wait for it to come out.
Thank you. I know I love this movie. I hope everybody loves it.